Welcome to Tzu Chi This week. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. City volunteers in Australia and Taiwan work in relays to help the family of the woman in Australia. City volunteers in Jordan distribute aid supplies to refugees on the border of Jordan and Syria. 2 girls in the Philippines are about to finish college thanks to Tzu Chi scholarship assistance. 26-year-old Xu Shuling left Taiwan last November to work abroad in Australia. However, in February of this year, she got sick and suddenly fell unconscious. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in cooperation with Singapore Airlines, chartered a medical flight to bring her back to Taiwan. Let's take a look.
Xu Shuling, who became unconscious while working in Australia, has returned to Taiwan. Xu Ling's father put on a white shirt to await his daughter's return home. Since Xu Ling was without health insurance when she was suddenly hospitalized after becoming unconscious earlier in February, the family has had to rely on the generosity of others to cope with the expenses.
So many people have shown us love. After hearing the news, everyone was calling to console us. They wanted to make sure I was eating well, and it was a comfort to hear that.
Their daughter has already awoken. Although she is still unable to speak, she has been communicating with her mother through video conferencing. For her family, the initial anxiety caused by her condition has given way to relief.
If you say something to her, she can respond by nodding. Yesterday, I asked her if she wanted to come back to Taiwan, and she nodded yes.
Ever since this happened until now, the family hasn't been able to work. It's been extremely difficult for them. We came as soon as we heard to comfort them and be by their side.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Australia cared for Xu Ling's family when they were there. Now that she has returned to Taiwan, local volunteers will continue to offer assistance to help this family get through this difficult time.
Even after the rescue mission of the recent earthquake in Taiwan ended, people have not forgotten the dedication of the rescue workers. Among them is a volunteer firefighter who continued to work at the disaster site, although his mother was severely ill. To thank rescue workers like him, Tzu Chi volunteers in Tainan recently visited the Yongkang Police Precinct and fire departments to deliver gifts.
Delivering water and lunchboxes to the disaster site time and again, Tzu Chi volunteers never complained about the hard work. Their effort has left a deep impression on the rescue workers, bringing them warmth.
In the freezing weather, our Tzu Chi brothers and sisters asked us one by one, "Have a cup of coffee. You've worked hard."
Even after the rescue effort has been completed, volunteers in Tainan have come to the Yongkang Police Precinct and fire departments to hand out volumes of Jingsi aphorisms and gifts as tokens of appreciation.
The volunteers consoled the victims' families in the waiting area. I think it was very good because the families were at a loss.
Thanks to Tzu Chi volunteers, policemen did not have to worry about the anxious families and could dedicate themselves to the rescue mission.
The island of Taiwan is full of kind-hearted people. I've seen the strength of people's initiatives, so we know that Taiwan is full of love.
Thank you, Master Zheng Yan and Tzu Chi brothers and sisters, for helping us in different ways.
On February 6th, the rescue workers waded in water near the collapsed Weiguan apartment complex.
It was sometime past 4 o'clock. We could not see the road because it was flooded. We climbed up immediately.
This rescue worker, Cai Chongyi, who lives near Weiguan apartment complex, joined the rescue effort soon after the building collapsed. From hearing residents' cries for help to entering the collapsed building to search for survivors, Cai worked long hours with a firm determination to find survivors.
We had to go near the cracks of the building and call out loudly, "Is anyone there? If you are there, try to make a sound. Don't give up. We're coming for you."
Though Cai's thoughts were with every resident still trapped in the building, he was also concerned about his mother, who was in ICU. Unfortunately, his mother passed away on February 11th.
My mother survived the beginning of the Lunar New Year, so I was able to help out. Everyone was working with one mind to save lives. It was a team effort. The honor doesn't belong to any one individual or specific groups.
Tsai said that saving lives is a priority. He's very grateful to his mother, fellow rescue workers, and volunteers for giving him the opportunity to serve the people in need in Tainan.
Like other rural towns across Taiwan, many people in平溪, New Taipei City have moved out to work in big cities, leaving behind their elderly parents. Thus, TIMA members and staff of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital recently went to visit these seniors and provide medical service.
The Lantern Festival always attracts many tourists to平溪, a town where most of its population are old people. Thus, the doctors from Tzu Chi International Medical Association, TIMA, and from Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital often visit these senior residents to provide medical services. Through talking with the elderly, the doctor is able to understand their lifestyles and health conditions. A grandma sits in a chair looking weak, so the doctor takes out stethoscope to examine her.
你敢有定食迄个啉水，甲定食迄个青菜，还是水果？
无啦，拢定水啊。
哦，安尼哦。
He even records how another elderly woman takes her medicine.
After taking the medicine, do you get better? Are the symptoms better?
This grandma said since she fell down, she's been feeling ill. The doctor found she has to see a gastroenterologist, so he immediately turns to another doctor for help. After writing down her symptoms attentively, the doctor reminds the grandma to take medicine as prescribed and go to the hospital for further examination. On the other hand, the dentist also provide medical services.
After we have been doctors for a long time, we've become less passionate about it. But when we serve the elderly here, we can regain joy.
With home visiting and medical services, the elderly who are unable to go see doctors can get medical care they need.
In Jordan, Tzu Chi volunteers have learned that refugees on the borders of Jordan, Syria, and Iraq desperately need food and other aid supplies. In mid-February, Tzu Chi volunteers traveled long distances to reach the border region and gave out water, food, and blankets to refugees.
Departing at 3 a.m., Tzu Chi volunteers travel from Amman of Jordan for 350 kilometers to reach refugees at the border of Iraq and Syria who desperately need food.
International aid organizations only provide them one meal a day, just lunch. They do not get breakfast or dinner. In addition, they do not have the tents provided by UNHCR.
Informed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the ROC, Tzu Chi volunteers in Jordan learned that the UNHCR is concerned that refugees on the border desperately need food. Therefore, the volunteers prepared water and food for 1,500 people, in addition to blankets, and they traveled through the desert to reach the border. Upon their arrival, the Jordanian soldiers, who were not informed about this mission, asked the volunteers to leave their supplies. The volunteers, who insist on delivering the supplies to refugees directly, then persuade the soldiers to go with them. Seeing the volunteers' persistence and efforts, volunteers from Jordan's Hashemite charity organization who came along also join in carrying the supplies. Thanks to the volunteers, every refugee receives 2 bottles of water, 1 blanket, and 2 packs of cookies and cheese.
Very organized, very friendly. No need to worry. Just have faith and do the work.
Meanwhile, the volunteers also continue to care for refugees in Jordan. Since May of 2013, Tzu Chi volunteers have been conducting monthly distributions for refugees near a grocery store. Upon learning of the recent earthquake in Tainan, these 22 refugee families also pray for the quake victims. Despite their own hardship in life, the refugees still donate their change to help quake victims in Taiwan rebuild their homes. Having received Tzu Chi's assistance, the refugees are seizing the occasion to reciprocate such kindness by helping other unfortunate people within their means.
To provide students in Taiwan with safer and better environment, the Tzu Chi Foundation has been rebuilding dilapidated schools in various regions. The projects to rebuild schools in Hualien and Taitung have recently begun, and joint groundbreaking ceremonies were held respectively. All those present at the ceremonies also prayed that the reconstructions will be completed on schedule.
Tzu Chi volunteers performed the Tzu Chi song Passing Out Love to start the joint groundbreaking ceremony. Zhang Fumei, former principal of Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology, also reads a letter from Master Zheng Yan to wish for a perfect completion of this project.
Let's offer our best wishes to the reconstruction of these schools.
Huang Ziteng, Director General of K-12 Education Administration of Ministry of Education, also came to the ceremony.
I am very grateful to the assistance from private organizations, especially that of Tzu Chi, because Tzu Chi always gives timely and efficient assistance. The students on stage perform a song with sign language and invite everyone to join them. They together pray for this reconstruction project to go smoothly and complete perfectly. On February 19th, a joint groundbreaking ceremony was held at Mingyi Primary School.
A nation's hope lies in the education of its youth, so children's education cannot be delayed. Tzu Chi will do its best to complete this project.
The public staff will gather at this project and allow students to study at a safe campus.
Master often tells us that in case of a disaster, two types of buildings cannot collapse. One is the hospital, as we need it to save lives. The other is the school, as we need it to shelter the public.
Tzu Chi volunteers and the schools dedicate themselves for this moment.
We hope our children will learn to pay back to society and to cherish their blessings.
The joint groundbreaking ceremony ends perfectly. It's everyone's hope that when the new buildings are completed, the students will have a safe environment to study in.
As Lantern Festival marked the end of Chinese New Year celebration, children at the Tzu Chi Kindergarten in Kedah, Malaysia, hurried to the local Jingsi Hall and Tzu Chi Dialysis Center beforehand to wish everyone a Happy New Year. They even donated some of the monetary gifts they received for the Chinese New Year to the Tzu Chi Education Fund.
These children have formed a miniature lion dance troupe and have come to the Tzu Chi chapter house in Kedah, Malaysia, to wish their elders a Happy New Year.
It's a tradition in Chinese culture to wish your elders a Happy New Year. So we brought the kids here to the Jingsi Hall to wish for New Year's blessings and let the kids share some love with all of the Tzu Chi family.
Everyone watches happily as the cute children sing their New Year's song. Next, the children make a visit to the dialysis center, where they give away the little gifts they have prepared and share New Year's greetings with their elders.
I I'm happy today because I got a car that says everything looks beautiful if you have a beautiful heart. I also got an orange.
These New Year's well-wishers also make donations to spread love and do good for others.
I want to donate to the Education Center because I want other young children to go to school like us.
These Tzu Chi volunteers also pass out red envelopes of wisdom and blessings to the children on behalf of Master Zheng Yan to spread even more love and warmth in the new year.
Two poor young girls living in Marikina City in the Philippines wish to attend university together, but the financial difficulties of their home made paying for tuition impossible. Upon hearing about the two girls and their desire to study, city volunteers step in to offer assistance to help make their dreams a reality. Now in March of this year, both girls will receive their diplomas.
Tzu Chi volunteers have come to visit Mary's house where they meet her father, Delphin. From this very economically disadvantaged house, their daughter Mary will be graduating from university this year. While the neighbors may be surprised, Mary is very clear that her success in school is thanks to the support of her father and Tzu Chi volunteers.
I always told myself I have to study hard because I knew that my family was supporting me and putting a lot of hope in me. It was only with their help that I could have made it this far. I told myself this every day. I have to graduate from university, then I can take this diploma back home and show them.
Mary and her neighbor April Lynn come from similarly impoverished backgrounds. They have become friends since they were small children, and now thanks to Tzu Chi volunteers, for the past few years they have been studying together in university.
I am very thankful to Tzu Chi and all they have done. This year they helped me out so much, the scholarship assistance and also in terms of moral education. They have really given us a lot.
These young ladies are currently studying at Marikina University in marketing and business management. Not only are they a success story for their community, they have also made their parents exceptionally proud.
I'm so happy for her. Graduating from university was always her dream. She would always tell me how much she wanted to graduate because she always knew how difficult life was for us.
I only ever had one hope for her. I just hope that in the future, she will be selfless, just like how Tzu Chi volunteers and her school have taught her. I'm really so grateful for Tzu Chi.
They have both finished their studies, and I'm so happy for the both of them. Tzu Chi really does pay attention to stories like this, and we're all happy to see them come this far.
After Mary and April Lynn graduate in March this year, they will move on in life with everyone's best blessings. How far they go is up to them.
The Tzu Chi Philippines chapter recently created a parade float for the Sorteo Festival in Carmona City, Cavite Province. The float, made mostly of recycled glass bottles, was well received at the event. The relationship between Tzu Chi and Carmona City actually goes back to 2003, when the 43rd free clinic was held here, serving nearly 5,000 people. This year, the local government has dedicated a memorial to Tzu Chi at Carmona Elementary School, so that people will remember the help Tzu Chi has given to Carmona.
The students and school building that were here 13 years ago have all changed with time, but the feeling of gratitude Carmona City has for Tzu Chi still remains strong.
13 years ago, here in Carmona, Tzu Chi held a free medical clinic. The mayor here and the legislator said that was the biggest medical clinic that had ever been held in the city's history.
On September 6, 2003, 4,825 people attended the medical clinic and received treatment for everything from pediatric care to dental and eye care. It was a spectacular success that the city still remembers.
You know, after Alfredo Lee and Tzu Chi came to visit us here, the residents here were taught to harbor compassion in their hearts. So this doesn't mean only the wealthy can give. Every individual have the love and passion to help his or her fellow people.
passion na tumulong.
Now, as future generations grow and history continues to be written, the connection between Tzu Chi and Carmona City will continue to be cultivated.
In Indonesia, Tzu Chi volunteers have been promoting the practice of saving money in coin banks to be donated. Their efforts have inspired many businesses who also want to take on corporate social responsibilities. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers have invited employees of PTA Plus Pacific and Best Western to join this noble cause.
On this day, each of the 120 employees of Best Western Hotel in Indonesia receives one Tzu Chi coin bank.
I want our staff to learn about saving money, not for themselves, but to help other people. It will train their patience and sincerity to help.
In addition to seeking profits, this hotel also supports Tzu Chi's idea of helping people. So it wants to add Tzu Chi culture to its business environment.
I've gone to Tzu Chi Daai TV to talk about a cooperation deal. Then I read a Tzu Chi monthly there. I thought the magazine would be suitable in our hotel. So I've placed this magazine in our lobby, restaurants, bars, offices, and rooms.
Currently, over 4,000 Tzu Chi coin banks are being used in Indonesia. It means the idea of saving coins every day in the coin bank has become widespread that even the hotel wants to join in. Over 300 employees of this company are pouring the money they have saved in the coin banks into large urns. This is the third time that Tzu Chi volunteers have come here to collect their donations.
We do this because we want to help needy people. This is what motivates us to keep saving money in the coin banks.
The Red Cross also attends the event for the first time to ask people to donate blood. Over 100 employees, along with some Tzu Chi volunteers, roll up their sleeves to donate blood.
This is the right thing to do, so just do it.
Jadi lakukan saja. Although these workers do not earn much money, they still want to do good, and the company's management is more than happy to create opportunities for them to do so.
We've held many charity events, either with Tzu Chi or the Red Cross, so our employees can do good together. We encourage them to do so.
Doing good together also creates an atmosphere of love in the company.
In Indonesia, a parade was held in Chinatown of Jakarta in celebration of Lantern Festival. As many parade goers left trash in the area, local Tzu Chi volunteers mobilized to help clean up and promote the concept of recycling. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.